its relevancy. And I think in the era of AI, the more human you are, the better off you're going to be. I always use that analogy of, John Henry against the steam engine, right?
Mhm.
That whole thing. You're never going to beat the steam engine, right? I'm not going to beat AI of having this vast amount of knowledge. But if I'm the guy running the steam engine, I'm going to become even more effective and have a whole lot more fun. So I think to be successful in the world today and going forward, you have to touch the real world in some way, because AI doesn't touch the world. It doesn't touch people. It doesn't touch things. That's why anything that interacts with the real world is going to be relatively AI proof. If you work in this entire virtual environment and your activities are routinized in process or content in their entirety, you're going to be at far more risk. But if you're touching people and that human interface is what's going to set us apart. And I think that also makes for a much more fulfilling work environment.
Yeah.
And so to me, the more human I can be as time goes on, worry less about the facts, the details, which again, in earlier times when I started my career, he who had all the facts was generally the one that was driving the decision.
Right.
Everyone can sit there at a meeting now and query Siri and get the answer.
Right.
So more and more, it's not the answer that matters. It's the answer that's relevant and achievable, which is human, because we work in human organizations with human beings, especially in healthcare. It's not that it doesn't care, it just cannot conceive of what that would be. And I think that to me that's what makes us human, is we have that sensitivity. It's innate, right? I mean, it goes back to birth. Why is there this bond between a baby and a parent? It's this innate humanity. And that is not replaceable.